Okay, Amy requested that I do a video on my tummy tuck, and she didn't really give me specific questions, just like in general, how long did it take to me to get back to normal, take for me to get back to normal, things like that. During this video, I will be showing you pictures of before what I look like. So you're going to see my stomach, you're going to see how it looked. So if you watch my videos, my reviews, and you don't want to see me in that way, my naked, gooey, gloppy stomach, then don't watch this video because you're going to see me in a way that you've never seen me before. And I've tried to block out the private parts because the tummy tuck surgery gets very, very close to the private parts. So some of it has been blocked out, but you will still see images of my naked stomach. And so if you do not want to see that, then don't watch this video. So you've been warned. I had not planned to show the pictures, but then I thought, as a woman, I know what women want to see. Women want to see what other women have gone through. And it's just nice to be able to have a frame of reference. This is where I started, and this is where I want to end up. This is where I hope to end up. So, here goes. I started, if you've watched my weight loss video, I'm not going to go through all that. But just to give you a time frame, I started losing weight in 2007. For the most part, I lost all of my weight in 2007. And I had a lot of saggy skin. And so I waited a long time to make sure that I wasn't going to gain the weight back before I had the tummy tuck surgery. Tummy tuck surgery is not a quick fix. Kevin and I don't have a lot of just thousands and thousands of dollars to spare. So I knew that if I did it, it would be an investment. And I wasn't going to just waste our money because Kevin works and Kevin makes all the money, and I'm just not going to do that. I'm not going to waste his money. So, I didn't have the surgery until 2010. So 3 years after I'd lost weight, I had the surgery. I chose my plastic surgeon because someone else that I knew had gone to this person. I chose a woman. I'm funny that way about gynecologists and anybody that's gonna be seeing me naked. I want it to be a woman. That's just personal preference. If you want a man, that's great. So I chose this woman. Someone else I knew had gone to her. She was in a location that I was familiar with and that would be very convenient. I think that's important when choosing a plastic surgeon. You're going to have to go to this person's office for many, many trips. So you want it to be convenient. You also want to be able to go to a website and look at before and after pictures. And if they don't have a website, then when you make your appointment and go in, then they should have a photo album that you can look through, which she had a website, she had a photo album. So I enjoyed looking at both. So I scheduled an appointment with her. I went to a consultation. She told me what she could do. Um, I know, so I ended up scheduling my surgery, of course. I know I paid like $100 down to see her that day for the appointment because and then if I had the surgery, the $100 would be deducted from the surgery. And then if I didn't have the surgery, well, then she gets that money for her time that day. And I completely understand that. Lowe's does the same thing. Lowe's charges you $25 to come out to your house and measure. If you use their services, they take it off. If you don't use their services, they get to keep the $25. So anyway, So that was $100. And then $100 was also for the garment, which I will show you because I've kept the garment all these years. I paid $100 for it, so I kept it. I don't know why, but I did. So anyway, you have blood work before the surgery. You have all the normal things that happen before a surgery. You know, they want to make sure that you're not pregnant or that you don't have anything wrong with you, so they take blood. Then you show up. Well, let me show you the pictures. Let me show you what I looked like before, and then I'll talk about it as I show you the pictures. Okay, so these are on my computer, and so hopefully you can see it okay. This is before, and I wore the granny panties, of course, and this is untucked. What I did once I lost the weight is I would tuck all of this into my underwear, which I will show you. That was untucked, and now this is what it looked like tucked in. So I would tuck, I had like flaps of skin, and I would tuck them into my underwear, which was really attractive, but that's what you have to do. So those people that you see on The Biggest Loser that are losing all that weight, that skin has to go somewhere, okay? So they're tucking it or they're doing something. And then this is just a shot from the side, untucked, of course. So then, the day of my surgery, I'm going to show you that. In the hospital. They put these on your legs. This was just while I was waiting before the surgery. They put these on your legs, and I guess for circulation. And then this is before, and this is how she's drawn on me. And she's going to suck fat from here, and she's going to suck a little fat from here. That's what the squiggly lines mean. And then after the surgery, okay, this is laying in the hospital bed. This is what it looks like. These little things right here are the drains, which I'll talk about. You see she did my belly button right there. And this is the scar. It goes all the way around here. There's where those squiggly lines were earlier. And then this is a close-up of my belly button. Kevin wanted to make sure he got a close-up of that for me. And then this is once I got home. I'm laying in bed, and I have the big granny panties on. And I also have the drains right here. And these drains, you need someone to be there. You need a really, really good support system. I would say that is number one when you're getting a tummy tuck, is a support system, because someone has to take care of you. Someone has to empty these drains. You have to measure it out, and you have to write it down. I don't remember how many times a day Kevin did that. He would remember. But you have to have somebody there to help you do that. And you can't take a shower for like the first 48 hours. So you have to have someone to hold these big long drains up while you're in the shower. You're bent over. You have to stay hunched over after your surgery. These are the bruises on my side. That's the scar. It goes all the way around. And that was bruising. And this was the other side, the bruises. Okay. So that was the first set of pictures I'm going to show you. And that, the drains are literally right in your private area. And they tug, and it's kind of uncomfortable, but they do give you pain medication, of course, but you need a strong support system. Somebody has to be there at the hospital for you. Someone's going to bring you home. Someone has to take care of you at home. if you have children, you're not going to be able to pick them up or run after them. You're not going to be able to deal with them for a little while. So you need someone that wants to be there for you, that wants to do this for you. And I will talk about cost too. Okay, so the next set of pictures I'm going to show you is what it looked like a month later. You might be a little surprised. So Kevin took these pictures of me a month later. And as you can see, it wasn't proportioned. I liked this side. I was very happy with this side. I was not happy with this at all, this bulge. I was not happy with this right here. She sucked more out of this side than she did this side. This is a side view. You might be able to see it better. That bulging right there. This side and then the bulge. And then this last one, you can see it. It clearly, there was a bulge there. So that was in June of 2010 is when I had the surgery. And then those pictures you just saw were in July. They were a month later. And when you go in, when you first go into your surgery, the surgeon will tell you, this is the price you pay. This is, my surgery was, I'll go ahead and tell you that right now. I kept all my paperwork. My surgery, for everything, this is, you're going to pay your, in most cases, your plastic surgeon, you're going to give a check, and then you're going to send another check to the hospital for the anesthesiologist. But for the entire thing, everything, garment and all, was $7,814. This is the garment you wear, and it zips down the front, and this goes to the top of your leg on both sides, and then this is the worst part of the garment, I think, is, you guessed it, the hole. That's where you have to pee out of. And someone close to me that's also had the surgery said that she got pee all over herself. Guess what? I got pee all over myself too. Got it all over this thing, and then you would have to clean it. So, but you have to leave this on all the time. And honestly, when you take it off to take a shower, you feel uncomfortable. You feel like your guts are going to fall out. You actually want this on. So, anyway, that's the garment I'm talking about. But so the surgery was $7,814. So then when you first go in to see your surgeon, she'll tell you, if you're not happy with the surgery, you can get a revision. But the revision is going to cost you about $1,000 more, and you have to pay for it. So even though you're not happy with her work, and she might not have done as much as she could have done the first time, you have to pay for it, because what you're paying for is the anesthesia, really. You're paying for, I paid for operating room charges and anesthesia. So what I'm getting at is, because I had that big bulge, because I was not happy, because she did not take enough out the first time, I had to have a revision. So I had to go in a second time for a second surgery. And so I had to save up, Kevin and I had to save up another $1,000 so that I could have another surgery. And you have to wait a certain time period after your first surgery for things to settle. So in December of that same year, December 2010, I had a revision. So I'm going to show you pictures from that. Okay, these are a little different than my first set of pictures, but you saw those. This is the revision. This is at home, and this is that garment you can see. It like buckles on the inside. There's little like buckles, and then it zips. But this is the tape, I guess, that's holding me together. And then here's just another view, and you can see there's that drain again. You have to have drains again. And then that's just a view of the side, and you can see the suture right there. And those do have to come out. And then let's see, there was something. Oh, this is the next day. This is probably the most graphic one I'll show you, but I blocked everything out. This is after the second surgery. So you can tell she sculpted this a lot further down. I mean, there still is just barely a little bit, but you know, you saw that this side was she had already done a good job on this side. This side was what had the bigger bulge. And then there was a big bulge right here on my stomach. So she took care of that too. So it was very, very beneficial for me to have the revision. And I only needed the one drain, I guess, because she just worked primarily on that side. So I had the one drain. So, now you've seen all my pictures. That's all the pictures I have for you. But that cost $955 for me to have that revision. And I had that right before Christmas, and no one knew that I had a revision. No one in the family even knew it. That I've actually had two surgeries on my stomach, but now it is flat, completely flat. The scar, you don't even know it's there. Kevin would tell you that he doesn't even notice it. I mean, you just don't even see it. You have to look for it. Both sides are sculpted. As far as my stomach goes, if you work your stomach, if you like want to wear a bikini and stuff like that if that's your goal, is to be able to wear a bikini, then you can do setups and stuff like that to keep that really toned. I could care less. I've never worn a bikini in my life. That was not the reason that I got this. It was not to show off in the least. It wasn't just for pride or anything like that. It was because I had huge flaps of skin. They were weighing me down. It was uncomfortable anytime I went to the bathroom and having to shove those flaps back in my underwear and hike it up. And it was literally for comfort. And also because when you've lost 90 pounds, you want to feel like you've lost 90 pounds and look like you've lost 90 pounds. So that's why I had the surgery. It wasn't to wear a bikini or anything like that. So if that's your goal, then you can do setups and stuff like that to keep that really, really toned. Mine isn't, it's not flabby, but it's not toned. It's just straight, just like you saw basically in those after pictures. It's just a straight stomach. But it did not take, Amy wanted to know how long it took me to get back to normal. It probably, I would give it a month. You know, I mean, a couple, you have a bad week. You have a first bad week. And you might as well plan on that. And you just have to keep it in your mind that, you know, another day's gone past. You can do it another day. You have pain medication. So it's a bad week, but then it gets better and better. And definitely in a month, you're going to feel better. Do I think it was worth it? Absolutely, 100%. Would I do it again? Absolutely, 100%. And for anybody that has lost weight, I would definitely recommend it if you have big flaps of skin, if you have a lot of skin that you want to get rid of. But the key is, like I've said over and over, you need to have a good support system at home, and you may need to make sure that you're not going to gain the weight back. Give yourself a little bit of time to make sure that things are right in your head, and that you can control yourself and you're not going to gain the weight back, because it is an investment and you don't want to spend all the money and then, gain the weight back. Also, if you plan to have children, I don't think it's recommended if you plan to have children to have a tummy tuck. So that's something to think of too. I don't think I don't know of anything. You're supposed to keep the garment on. I've said that. You apply an ice pack. I forgot about that. They give you an ice pack, and you lay that across your stomach. And then, of course, you're going to go in for follow-up visits. I don't know what other questions that anyone has for me. I try to be very open and honest. So if you do have any questions for me, I'm willing to answer them. I just can't think of anything right offhand that I would say. So I hope this answers your questions. I hope this helps. I hope that seeing the pictures didn't gross you out or anything. So, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.